Welcome, everybody. My name is Daniel Garcia. I am your co-host for the day. This is the Modernize or Die podcast. We are episode number 237. Today is July 15th, 2025. And I am, of course, joined by...
My name is Jacob Ears. I'm a senior web developer at Ortus Solutions, and actually this is my second time on the podcast.
But not the last.
Hopefully.
We're very excited.
We'll see how this goes.
Well, Jacob joined Ortus about a year and a half ago, was it? 2 years?
Actually, almost 2 years, yeah.
Almost 2 years, yeah, because I'll be almost 4 years in a couple more weeks. And he's been a great addition to the team. And if you don't know who he is, what's wrong with you? You should, because everybody should know Jacob. And if you've been exploring the BoxLang ecosystem, some things we're going to talk about a little bit today, you will know that Jacob is Senior VS Code BoxLang extension, amongst other things. But hey, are you feeling well, my friend?
I'm doing well. You know, it's a good day, and I'm glad to be here. So
it's a
excited
good day
about all the things we're going to talk about.
It's a good day indeed. Okay, let's get started with the Ortus news. So first up, speaking of the BoxLang VS Code extension has been published. You want to tell us all about that?
Yeah, I'd love to tell you about that. So actually, it has been published for a while on the VS Code marketplace, but we have added publishing the extension to the Open VSX marketplace. So there's actually a link there that we're going to paste in the chat that you can use to go and inspect that.
I'm getting to it. I'm a little slow.
And the awesome thing about this is that it makes it available to people who don't want to be locked into the Microsoft extension marketplace for VS Code. So OpenVSX is a really cool project that has just looked to create an open source alternative so that we can have healthy competition in the editor and IDE marketplace. So I think that's a pretty exciting thing. We've gotten a lot of requests from people from the community, and so we're happy to be able to deliver on that. So please go, if you use OpenVSX and you've been waiting for this, please go give it a spin and shoot me your feedback through Slack and let me know if it's working well for you.
That's awesome. Anyone you want to shout out in the community that's like, Jacob, do this?
I don't know that I could shout out anyone particular because there's been so many people asking for it that I feel bad leaving everybody out.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, speaking of shouting out people, I want to shout out to David Bellinger, our buddy down in South America, joining us up here and joining us in the chat. Hey, David. So today's episode, or this week's episode, is sponsored by Ortus Solutions. Hey, big surprise there, because we are Ortus. But specifically, it's sponsored by CBWire, the fastest way to build reactive modern UIs without leaving your CFML server. With CBWire, you can forget about the complex front-end frameworks and endless JavaScript. That sounds really good to me. CBWire brings simplicity, speed, and power to your development workflow by letting you build dynamic, real-time interfaces directly in Codebox. So whether you're modernizing legacy apps or launching new ones, CBWire helps developers and companies ship faster with cleaner, more maintainable code. And you know what you can do, Jacob?
What can I do?
If you're ready to level up, you can join our 2-day CBWire workshop right after Adobe CF Summit 2025, led by Grant Copley and Luis Mahano, and get hands-on with everything you need to master CBWire. That's September 24th to 25th in Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you're going out to the conference, I know you're going to CF Summit, you're presenting at CF Summit, which is awesome. While you're there, I'm sure you'll be hanging out with Luis and Grant and talking some CBWire stuff, among other things, and yeah, should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And actually, I hope that I've already got a list of CBWire questions that I'm going to harass Grant with while I'm there. So.
Nice. I'm going to go ahead and paste this link out there. So if you want to register as well, I did not paste it right. I need to get the link. Sorry, when I put the show notes together, I always put the full link that I could just copy paste, as opposed to the embedded link that you have to click on to copy paste, and such is life. Anyway, so going to the BoxLang, I want to talk about BoxLang. I know you want to talk about BoxLang. If Luis was here, he would want to talk about BoxLang. So let's talk about BoxLang.
Yeah, BoxLang, all the things.
All things BoxLang. We do love ColdFusion, but we also really love BoxLang. Okay, I wonder if there's like a record for how many times I can say the word BoxLang in an episode and not annoy people.
Oh, we need a BoxLang counter where every time you say it, it like dings in the background or something.
A BoxLang drinking game. Well, no, let's not do that. That could be bad.
I don't think that's what I suggested, but...
Man, Jacob's idea is for Happy Box next year. Every time Luis says the word BoxLang, everybody takes something from their favorite beverage. Okay,
Well, that will be a happy box.
That is truly happy box, happiest of boxes. So starting out with the community, we've got our buddy Raymond Camden doing a few blog articles. He's been working with BoxLang and he's been trying it out, kicking the tires, blogging about it. We appreciate him for everything he does. And he's got some blog posts talking about creating a calendar with BoxLang and then creating a calendar with BoxLang part deux. It's two, French for two. Part deux. He's down in Alabama somewhere, so I don't know if he's like part of the French-speaking people down there, or if he's just being pithy. But hey, David says Beetlejuice shows up after the third BoxLang. Cool. So anyway, we're going to post those links to there. Are you posting them in the chat there, Jacob?
I'm trying to, but I think I'm making the same mistake that you were talking about.
You know what?
Earlier.
Maybe I should click on live chat, not top chat. Do you need me to click? You need me to paste it? You know what? I'm going to paste it, and why don't you talk to us about the next two blog articles?
All right, that sounds good.
And I'll just paste them all.
Yep. So Ray he's been on a blogging spree, which if you've met Ray on the internet, then you would know that he blogs all over the place.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So in addition to his calendar blog series, part 1 and part 2, he's also done some series on building a CSV report CLI tool in BoxLang, which looks pretty interesting. If you're not familiar with that, we have been building out BoxLang not just to be a web runtime, but to really be able to run everywhere, and that includes on the CLI. So it's awesome to see somebody, especially Ray, leveraging those tools and building out something that runs BoxLang in an environment that maybe we haven't had the opportunity to with Cold Fusion in the past. We've always had command box, so we've been able to run Cold Fusion on the CLI like that, but now it's a little bit more native with BoxLang, so go check that one. And then we have another blog series from him called AI with BL, and this is, of course, leveraging the BX AI module that we've been working really hard on here at Ortus, which gives you access to the vast array of large language models that have recently become available, and even has things like tool support and a lot of awesome configuration out of the box that you can use in your application.
Nice. And you've actually had a chance to play with some of this stuff too, haven't you? With some proof of concepts and coding around and messing around. And I think you were integrating with OpenAI. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually. And because you were there, we were able to integrate with a couple of different AI providers, and it went, I had high expectations for it going into it, but actually it worked even better than I thought it was going to. So
it's nice.
I was very pleased, yeah.
Full disclosure, I was there watching Jacob work with BoxLang AI and cheering him on and getting him coffee and anything else he needed, which was quite the trick because I'm in Chicagoland and he's in Kansas City land. What do they call Kansas City land? Is it Casey land? Is there a name for your area that people should know?
Yes, everyone, and it's okay if you ask me this, but everybody thinks that I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, but I'm actually from Kansas City, Missouri, and we call that KCMO. So
KCMO. Okay.
Right.
I pronounce it misery, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, it was funny. In high school, we had a foreign exchange student, really nice guy. He's from France, and he kept pronouncing Missouri misery all the time. And we just got such a kick out of that. That it's just something that stuck with me all these years. Oh, you're from St. Louis, Missouri, into City, Misery. But anyway, we will come back. But yeah, so AI is cool. It was very easy to do. I think you also play a little bit with Claude? Is that right? So I feel like ChatGPT and Claude are probably two of the bigger ones. I don't know if they're the biggest, but they feel like they are.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, but check out the blog post. You can get your dip your toes in the AI coolness and goodness and see what you can do. So for Into the Box, that's coming up. We got some big news. Into the Box 26 is out, and the call for speakers will be announced in a few days. In a few days is all it says, so I'm assuming either later this week or certainly next week, but it's coming. Call for speakers for Into the Box 2026. David, I know you're out there, you're listening. Put it on your calendar. Maybe we'll see you next year. Hopefully, come to hopefully it's sunny, but come to scenic Washington, D.C., and come hang out with all of us and Happy Box. So we got some releases, and this is kind of interesting to me because I have not played with these. Maybe you can give some insights into some of it. For BoxLang, we have a TextMate bundle and a Monaco editor released. Oh, David's going to be at Into the Box. Okay, I guess I will go. Can you talk to us a little bit? Have you had a chance to look at the TextMate or the Monaco stuff that Luis has been doing?
I have a little bit. I'm very excited about this as well. I haven't gotten to dive into it as much as I would like to, but I'm looking forward to doing that over the next few weeks. So for those of you who don't know, TextMate is an editor, and out of that came a standard for writing syntax highlighters for giving, a rich editing experience inside of an IDE. And so Luis has kind of taken charge on these, and he's produced several different syntax libraries for us so that we can get better BoxLang experiences in like the VS Code extension or in the Monaco editor. And so that's going to be coming soon to a lot of our tooling environments.
Nice. And I know this is up your alley because you're actually going to talk about this in a few minutes. About the BoxLang extension. We're going to no spoilers. We'll get to that in a minute. And so finally, under another release, we've got the BVM v1.15 release, Enhanced Security Insights and Reliability for BoxLang. What is the BVM, Jacob?
So I think that this stands for BoxLang Version Manager.
It does. It absolutely stands for BoxLang Version Manager.
All right, I passed the test.
Okay, you're not going to be called into a meeting with Luis later. Well, I mean, you will be, but not because of this. There'll be other cool stuff. He's like, I had this awesome idea, Jacob, go do it. And you're like, okay. So what is the BoxLang Version Manager?
So the BoxLang Version Manager is a tool that will give you the ability to switch effortlessly between different BoxLang versions, which is important because we release new versions quite frequently. Switching between those can be a bit of a chore without the Version Manager.
That's true. I'm trying to get to I've got multiple monitors going on. I'm trying to get to the chat to post these links here. I also feel like sometimes Luis goes to bed, has a dream, and then wakes up and has an idea for a new module and just does it. Because then a day later, it's like, okay, we just released BoxLang, blah blah blah, and it's awesome. And we're like, that is awesome. Or he's working with BoxLang and he's like, this is annoying. I need a better way of doing this. And he just writes a new thing like the BoxLang Version Manager to help him toggle between versions. It's probably not too far off the truth, is it?
No, I think that's right on.
Yep, nice. And then to kind of round out the BoxLang discussion, something we're trying to do each episode is to kind of talk about some BoxLang FAQs, some things you might not know about BoxLang, some things we find interesting, we think you might find interesting. And since I've got Jacob here, I would love it, Jacob, if you can pontificate on what is the BoxLang extension for VS Code and why use it, and why, Jacob, am I specifically excited that you're going to talk about it?
Well, I can't read your mind, Daniel, but my guess would be that you're excited about it because I've kind of been running point on that and been responsible for it over the past couple of months. So
that is exactly why I'm excited. You and I can go on the road with this kind of what am I thinking? I'm thinking you're an idiot. No, wait, no, that's not what I'm thinking. That's what you're thinking. Anyway, tell us about the BoxLang extension for VS Code. What is it, and why should everybody start using it now, or after this episode, but today?
Well, the BoxLang VS Code extension is our official offering for developer tooling. It's, like I said, it's available in VS Code and on both the VS Code official marketplace and the Open VSX marketplace now. And the reason that you should use it is because it's the first-party support for the BoxLang language, and it also includes support for Cold Fusion as well. And so we didn't write this from scratch. We're building this on top of the open source initiatives that have come before us. So we're keeping a lot of the goodies that they already have in place, but now we're taking responsibility for the parts that we use and using that to be able to offer the best experience for you as a developer. And so that means that because we're taking that seriously and taking responsibility for it, that means that we also get to build a lot of cool things for it, things that we use on a daily basis. That means things like the line debugger, which Bill has recently done a really great series on, kind of introducing how to use that you can look up on our YouTube channel. I think it's also
on the BoxLang Academy. It's just free right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to throw that out there. In fact, I'm going to post that link as well.
Yeah, no, that's a great resource. And then in addition to that, we even have integration with the BoxLang CLI tools like the feature audit and the compiler and things like that you can integrate with directly in VS Code. And then we have a lot of tools that we're working on building and making even better. Like we just talked about the TextMate bundle. And so that's going to give us better syntax highlighting and awareness in there. I can't talk too much about it just yet, but we have some things that are kind of cooking behind the scenes that we're looking to release here in the next couple of months that are going to really launch us forward in terms of features and offerings and making it a really excellent developer experience. So I'm looking forward to sharing more about that in the future.
Can you tell me about it later on today?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Okay.
As soon as we stop recording.
You're gonna be like, nope. You gotta wait for the episode, man. Yeah. So there's actually been a lot of excitement with the VS Code extension, as you mentioned. There's been Cold Fusion extensions out there for years, and we applaud the efforts of those who have built them. But some of them have kind of not really been maintained, and they were cool for its time. But it's a lot of work doing some of this. And those people that volunteer, they probably also have regular jobs and other priorities and things like that. So when we were doing BoxLang, we're like, hey, we can do this. And, hey, Jacob, we'll pay you to do this. So even better. And we did. And I think a big FAQ about this is it's not just for BoxLang. It's obviously called the BoxLang extension, but you can also use it for Cold Fusion code, CFML code. And so, as David puts out in the chat, he loves it, and it's now his main CFML extension. Keep that in mind. Maybe you've tried some of the others, and they weren't quite your thing, or maybe you tried, some other builder type things, and that wasn't quite your thing. Try this. And if there's something you don't like, or you got a suggestion, go ping Jacob on Slacks or wherever, and he'll listen to you. Doesn't mean he's going to do it right away because he's very busy, but he loves to hear ideas. He loves to reach out to the community, and we'll improve it. And yeah, it's something we're very excited about. And thank you, Jacob. You've really taken the bull by the horns and ran with it, which is awesome.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that.
Okay, I think that wraps up the BoxLang and Ortus stuff. So let's move on to CFML updates. So as we mentioned before, we've got CBYers, smart UIs with simpler development. And we've got a blog post. We can talk about that. And when you're Into the Box, we will talk about CBWire because of course we will. But if you're at Summit this fall, you can also go to that workshop we talked about. And we'll mention it again in just a little bit. Next, we've got Adobe Cold Fusion. There's a security update available, SB 2569. I'll go ahead and put the link out there for it. I was looking at it, and what normally happens when these things come out, I look at it, I read the bulletin, I see the vulnerabilities. There's a bunch of stuff that they're remediating. What does that mean? And then you know what I do, Jacob? I'll tell you. I immediately go to Charlie Earhart's blog, because I know Charlie puts a nice, well-written, well-researched blog article talking about what this is, why it is, what we need to do, and really kind of, if Adobe just gives you the facts, Charlie gives you the context and talks about what to do. And he's been doing it for a very long time. Charlie's awesome. And quite the karaoke singer, which David, you would have known had you joined us this year. But hopefully everyone will be there next year and you'll see for yourself. But if you go through, he kind of talks about what you need to do, why you need to do it, and all that. Just in general, whenever you see any sort of Cold Fusion updates being released, go read the official Adobe docs because they're the ones releasing it. But then soon after, go to Charlie's site, Earhart.org, his blog, and he more likely than not will have something out there kind of talking about it, and maybe some gotchas, or sometimes, hey, a release gets put out there and people rush to do it, but he found a problem, and he might even be, hey, hold off because of this or that. Or if you've got some very specific, edge case or use case, maybe you don't want to do it. But certainly go there and check it out. He does a lot of work, a lot of effort, and we appreciate him. So that's the Adobe update. And then the other thing, talking about Lucy, is it looks like Lucy version 6.2.266 RC final release candidate is out there. I don't know. They say it's the final. Well, they say it's the final release candidate. We're all software developers, and I would not hold my breath or be surprised if there is a final release candidate. But it sounds like they're getting very close to having that out there, which is great. I'm trying to see what it is that I was looking earlier, but looks like there's some security updates, some updates to the Postgres JDBC, some upgrades to the MySQL JDBC, some threading, some regression testing with time zones, things like that. So I would definitely go and check that out. And moving on, I don't know if you had a chance to look at this one, Jacob. Ben Nadell is blogging. Well, Ben always blogs, but we picked out one of his blog articles talking about closures. Apparently, closures do not work in Adobe Cold Fusion custom tags.
Interesting.
It never occurred to me to try using a closure in an Adobe Cold Fusion custom tag, but apparently they do not work. And so let's go ahead and put that out there. Chat. I actually did not get a chance to read this other than I saw it. I wanted to make sure we talked about it because whenever Ben blogs, I feel like, hey, we should post about it and talk about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I did have a chance to go over it just briefly, so I can kind of speak to that. Yeah, so just the gist is that passing the closure around from the tags doesn't seem to work. It gets lost in translation. It doesn't get passed into the calling context like you would expect it to. And so he's gone ahead and created a bug ticket for that. So hopefully Adobe is aware of it and will get that fixed.
And what is a closure? I'm asking this for the internet people that might not know. Because we have people that
Yeah.
watch that are newer, and then we have people that watch that are old or seasoned. Well, like I'm well seasoned. I'm not old. I'm seasoned. What is a closure, Jacob?
So a closure, it can mean different things in different contexts, but I think the most straightforward definition of it is just a function that has been defined in some sort of context that has variables around it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it references the variables that were defined outside of it. So if you have like, var message equals hello world, and then and actually this is very close to Ben Adele's example, and then immediately after that you define a function that say returns message, right? That function definition is closing over the message variable, and it's able to reference it even though it's not defined within that function.
That's the name closure.
Yes.
Very clever. Very clever. So, yeah, definitely go check that out. And then our friends over at Masa CMS, they released version 7.5.1 of their release. Not a big release, but they're actively working on their product, improving it, making it cooler, I should say. It's already kind of cool. If you don't know what Masa is, if you remember back in the day, there was the whole Mira CMS. Masa CMS was a fork of Mira because Mira at one point was open source and they stopped being open source. And so because they were open source, the fine folks over at Masa went ahead and forked it and are continuing the development of it. So it looks like there was some ACF remoting functions that were fixed, a small JS bug, a couple of little things. But yeah, they're actively working it, actively maintaining it. And if you're looking for a content management system that is not Content Box, I would urge you to check out Masa. And I think that's it for the CFML updates. And we are cruising right along. So we're going to talk about some events.
Awesome.
And
I'm
I'll
excited
talk
about
the
these
first.
announcements.
What's that?
I'm excited about these announcements. Let's go.
I know. I'm going to talk about the first one. I'm going to let you talk about the second one because, well, you know why. So
Okay.
The first one is ITB. We mentioned this already. Into the Box 2026 is now out, and the call for speakers will be announced in a few days. I'm looking at you, David. Well, not really, because that'd be kind of weird. But looking at the chat for David, say, why don't you submit something? And, you always enjoy seeing you and hearing you talk. But anyway, we've got the Eventbrite out there. We'll get that link. We got the Into the Box site, intothebox. And you stay tuned on the socials and community channels if you want to learn more. But you better believe it, when we have news, we have a really awesome marketing team that goes out there and just promotes. And we love them for it because it is so awesome to develop, let them promote. And so what's the next one there, sir?
All right. So the next one up is the Adobe Cold Fusion Summit 2025 plus CBWire Workshop. So in the next coming months, actually September 22nd through 23rd, Adobe is going to be hosting their Cold Fusion Summit in Las Vegas. And I'm particularly very excited about that because I'll be giving a talk there. And so I would love to see anybody who's interested in going there. Feel free to come over and say hi to me or to the other Ortus members that are going to be there. I think we've got a couple people going this year. And so, yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. My talk is not Ortus related. It's just about Git and how you can get smarter on the command line. Yep. Oh, and then I was just going to say that, and Grant will be sharing some stuff with CBWire, which will be really exciting. So
awesome. Yeah, I saw the description for your talk, and now I'm kind of sad that I'm not going because I would absolutely have gone to your session.
Oh, great.
It's one of those things where Git's been around a long time, and people kind of don't, there's a lot that people still don't really know about it or use probably unless you do it every day. And so I would expect that your talk is going to talk about a lot of that stuff as well.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you too.
And yeah, can I share a story really quick? Do we have time for that?
Please.
Okay, great. So every time I submit for an event like this, I always put out a couple of talks that I'm really excited about, and then I throw out some filler as well just to kind of see what sticks. And I'm going to be honest with you, audience. It was definitely my filler
Get
talk.
out.
I told them that I said, I'll give a talk on 20 tips for using Git. And then after they picked it, I was sitting down to write it, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can think of 20 things. But I persevered, and now I've got nearly 20. I'll have 20 by September. Really great tips that I'm really excited about.
Knowing you're probably gonna have more than 20 by September. But
yeah, maybe.
That's because you're not just an achiever, you're an overachiever. But it's kind of funny. Sometimes when we all submit, well, I don't know about everybody, but when I submit to conferences as well, you submit a few to try and see what might catch someone's interest. And there's always that one you're really excited about and the one that like, yeah, I'll do it if they want. And sometimes it's the one that it's not that it's a great session. It is, but it might not be as exciting as say BoxLang AI stuff that you might want to talk about or whatever.
Absolutely. And sometimes the talk that you're really excited about, you're so excited about it that you don't put the discipline into it to make it really excellent. But if it's the one that you weren't looking forward to, you have to really put that elbow grease in to make it perform.
Yep. Obviously, you would not have submitted a BoxLang AI to CF Summit, but that was just an example in general of just, you might be really excited about AI, but you're going to go with Git. So
Yeah, so all of that to say, I am excited now. It'll be great.
You will be excited. And I think I heard a rumor that, because I just made it up, that if you see Jacob at Summit and come up and say hello, he will autograph your copy of the BoxLang VS Code extension.
If you bring me a copy of the VS Code extension, somehow I will autograph it.
I'll leave that up to you to
burn it
figure
on a
out
CD.
how to do it, but he will do it. Get a little sticker or something to slap on your laptop or something.
Yep, that'd be great.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely check out Summits, Adobe Code Fusion Summit 2025. We were just at the Dev BCN conference, and we got the slides up for that. Building a dynamic future with BoxLang. Let me put that out there. I'm going to kind of go through some of these. We also have the Into the Box video series is now live on CFcast. Well, it was live on CFcast last time too, but it's still live on CFcast. For the premium series, you can go on there. If you are a ticket holder, you should have gotten some sort of access to it. And if not, reach out. Patrons get free access to the series because we love you and want to say thank you. If you just want to, if you are not a Patreon and you're not an attendee, you can still purchase the series for just $250 on-demand lifetime access. Then all the, if you're a CF subscriber that are not a Patreon and did not go into the box, those videos should be available, I want to say November 1st, I'm being told. And so either way, you're going to get them. But definitely if you attended Into the Box and you haven't gotten them yet and you don't have an email from us, please reach out and we will make sure you get all the goodness. And then
Awesome.
Coming up, the July webinar is with, I was trying to feed it over to you, Jacob. Hey, Jacob,
sorry.
Who's the July webinar with?
Ray Camden. Let's build an app with BoxLang.
Awesome. It's going to be on Wednesday, July 23rd, so next week at 11 a.m. Chicago time. So that is next week, right? Yes, next week. Not KC Mo time, Chicago time. Free tickets available to register to get access at Eventbrite. And then there's also the CF Camp slides and recordings up on the Ortus site and the YouTube channel. If you went to CF Camp, I heard that was an awesome time. I'm sorry I missed it, but they've got their videos from the Ortus stuff up there so you can see it. And if you just want to go buy the videos from CF Camp as well, they're doing the same thing. They're putting them out there and you can purchase them and at least get some of that fun and goodness. Okay, it is about that time. We want to say thank you to everyone. We want to thank you to all our Patreon sponsors. These individuals are personally supporting open source initiatives to ensure the great toolings like CommandBox, ForgeBox, CodeBox, CaptainBox, TestBox, and the BoxLang VS Code extension. Want to make sure they keep getting all the continuous development and loving that they need. Their contributions fund the cloud infrastructure that our community relies on, like ForgeBox or package management with CommandBox. And you can also support us on Patreon, and I'll get that link here. And Jacob, you want to tell them about the annual memberships and some of the cool, good stuff they get?
Yeah, absolutely. So with our annual membership, they're great for businesses and individuals, but it looks like we have a bronze package, and up now gets access to ForgeBox Pro and CFcast subscriptions, which is awesome because we've got a lot of great content there. All Patreon supporters have a profile badge on the community website so you can show your support. All Patreon supporters have their own private forum access on the community website so you can get expert Ortus help straight from the source. And all Patreon supporters have their own private channel access Box Team Slack. So if the forum isn't fast enough for you, you can go and send out your messages on Slack and see what happens. And it looks like we also have a plan where you can pay for the year and save 10% annually. So that's a great deal.
That's a bargain at any price. And even though we're talking about these Patreon features for the community website and the Slack, it's also available for others too. And so if just in general, go to our Slack, go to the Box Team Slack, go to the community website, go ahead and post questions and you'll get answered. And check us out. Find us online. Find Jacob on there. Jacob monitors that stuff. He'll be in the Box Team Slack as well. In fact, sometimes I'll see a message. Somebody's asking about the BoxLang extension and I'll be like, @Jacob, just to tag him so he gets a little ding to say, hey, buddy, somebody needs some help. So, and many more Patreons. I think we're up to 61 now. Maybe a few more. I have to double check. But you can see an up-to-date list of all our sponsors at the Ortus Solutions website. And I went ahead and pasted that link. That's it, man. We made it. Another episode done and in the books. We want to thank you for tuning in. We especially again want to. I feel like we've just been shouting out David the whole time, but I feel like David likes hearing David Bellinger's name said on the internet. So I will say David Bellinger's name one more time as I say BoxLang. And thank you for coming out. Thank you for tuning in. I'm very excited that you're going to be in DC next year. And everyone else that's watching, we appreciate you, and we will see all of you again in a couple of weeks. So take care, everybody.
All right. Have a good one.